Hey there UKDCers, today I have a Yon Xanadu YX-622. I know it's another great Chinese name. This was kindly loaned to me by Mr. Paul Harding, one of my viewers. Thank you very much, my man, this is greatly appreciated. He's allowed me to EDC this for review and disassemble it. If you want to see this in pieces, to see what's inside, go and have a look at my first impressions. Otherwise this is going to be a review of how it is to carry, at least for me. These are available on AliExpress for just £20, which is, in my opinion, a phenomenal deal. You'll have to wait a little bit, but you will get it apparently. And it will come in this little box here. I wouldn't worry about a warranty for £20 because it's probably going to end up cheaper to just buy a new knife than to send it there and have it sent back. But this thing's easy to open once you get the hang of it, and you can open it that way or that way. You sort of have to pinky there, fingers round, just use your thumb to do that, and it will open. I like to give it a little flick just to make sure it comes out. Or you can dig it into your palm there, pinch it at the top and put your bottom finger around there, and there you go. Nice and easy. Although I do find opening it this way tends to just hurt my finger up here a little bit as it digs into my bone. I think it's definitely more designed for the thumb flick. It's much more comfortable opening it that way. So once you get the hang of it, once you get used to it, it's fantastically easy, and it's very addictive. This is probably the most fidgetable knife I've ever owned. Well, I don't even own this is a loan, but EDC I'd say. Absolutely fantastic action. I really do like this. I've been walking down my kitchens like an absolute, there you go, I screwed it, an absolute psycho flicking this thing, much to the chagrin of my other co-workers, but they already know I'm a knife weirdo, so it's fine. But yeah, I just can't get enough of that action. I am probably going to have to buy myself one of these after I send this one back to Paul, because it's such a pleasant knife to use and just flick. Although if you watch my first impressions, you'll see I do nearly cut myself with this, because it does like to just, I mean, you can like absolutely just do that and it'll, if you do it right, you can get it to go home. There you go. So this one, you get your captive pivot on the end there, you get your inlay screws for your G10. It's black G10 with olive drab G10 inlays. You can also get orange and jade inlays, all G10 of course. T6s down here that hold this lanyard hole in, and the clip is held in by these long screws that go through these little tubes here. And I guess, of course, it's a T8 down here just for that. There we go. So the inlays here are a bit weird. I don't think they should have screwed them in. It should have just been glued, I guess. Although the screws do go through to these liners and help hold the liners in place. So they serve a functional purpose as well as just holding these liners in. And the liners, the inlays, sorry, they're certainly not flush. You can, there you go, you can absolutely see how much they stick out there, and it's just this fluted like starburst pattern on there, but where it comes up you can just see it stands proud of the handle scales there, which is fine. It's not uncomfortable or anything, but you know, pocket clip, not great. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world at all. It's non-reversible either, which is a crying shame, because there's no reason, you know, you shouldn't be able to open this knife left-handed like that. I won't try thumb flicking it with my left hand because, you know, I'm obviously right-handed, so. But yeah, a real bit of a shame, and it's not the most comfortable pocket clip in the world. Although, you know, I haven't had any issues getting this in and out of my pocket, so that's fine. Grip on this thing feels, you know, it's fine. It's not the be-all end-all of anything. It's not great. This jimping is worthless. It's really, it doesn't matter how hard I press, I'm just going straight over it. So that jimping might as well not be there. This pocket clip raises your hand a little bit more than I'd like. I'd love it. I'd love to be able to get rid of that pocket clip, but you can't, because how long the screws are. You'd need some more screws to go into the other side of this. So there's that, and because the scale side won't stay in otherwise, which is a real shame. Finish on this overall is it's just, you know, it's 20 quid's worth of knife fit and finish. It's not great. Like, this line is flush on the inside. Well, here at least, this line is not. Neither of them are flush here, although that's actually the detent arm, so ignore me on those ones. But down here you can see this one's proud, whereas this one's flush. Other things like, it's the same story up here. This whole line has bent a little bit, it looks like. This, like I said, is just a bit naff, this pocket clip. It would have been much better to just been a one piece, like get rid of this thing entirely, have it be nice and thin, because I was carrying this in a pen pocket, which made it very nice and accessible. I do like the pivot. I think the pivot's nice enough, but I really don't like how you can feel the edges of this. It should have been rounded off and, you know, sort of that way. Other than that, the centering is pretty damn perfect, and they got to make it that way, because there's actually a cutout for the blade there. So if this is off center, you're not closing this knife. So pretty crazy that they're putting that much faith in their production line to center every single knife perfectly. And blade play, no more than there is usually with a flipper. Sorry, a detent ball knife. It's a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. So, blade material. This is 14C28N, which I found to be a pleasure. I have used this more than any other knife in the past week. Obviously, like I said, I haven't been carrying it for long. I've just been trying to smash out these reviews so I can get people their knives back. But I was carrying these two at the same time, and this one came out of the pocket a lot more than the Bocker XS. And yeah, you can feel that it's not. It's putting up a little bit of a fight, but do you know, it's really not bad. And I haven't touched this. This is the edge Paul sent it to me with. I haven't touched this edge whatsoever, and it's still going through. I've cut through a crazy amount of cardboard boxes. Can we have some decent exposure, please? Thank you. Yeah, I've gone through plenty of cardboard boxes with this. Yeah, it's just crazy. So you do get a little sharpening choil there, which is fantastic. No finger choil, but I think you're better off without finger choil on this knife, you know. The detent is strong enough that it doesn't really matter. Although it would be cool if the jimping down here, rather than just being that jimping there, was, I guess, a little bit longer, so you could stop the blade from closing on yourself, like the Real Steel Luna, or maybe it was a little bit more angled. But that's just me. Maybe everyone else would hate that. Billboarding. You get your Yon Xanadu logo there, which is just an X in a box with I guess it's a Y, and then they cut off that to make the X. That's kind of clever. And your YX-622 and 14C28N. Oh my god, stop screwing with the exposure. Anyway, you get a pleasant little stonewashed bit up in the top corner here. Let's do some size comparisons. There is a Benchmade 940. There is a Griptilian, which is about the same size, and a PM2. So it's, wouldn't you know it, not as big as lock knives. And a UK PK, which is basically in line with the Victorinox Pioneer and the Victorinox Classic. So that's how it stacks up against those. So it's, I'd say it's about the same size as the Pioneer, really. So nothing too crazy. So I like this knife a lot. For £20, what else can you say? Yeah, it's got some issues. It's got like some. I mean, if you care about the liner being visible there when it shouldn't be, that's on you. Doesn't affect the action or the blade whatsoever. I guess it seems like it's easy to scratch. That was me putting it through cardboard. It's clearly taken on some wear onto the finish of that blade there. There you go, you can see there, it's just like in the middle. So, God knows. It's got a nice action, a nice flippy detent. You can slam it back home, take it back out, slam it back home, take it out. You know, absolutely go crazy with this knife. And it's comfortable enough. I do wish you could remove this pocket clip, or at least reverse it. You know, maybe if it just came off of this one and had like a little cutout in there to lock it into place. But you know, you get all right for £20. It's really not bad. If you're looking for a flipper, sort of like what I imagine the Ray Laconico, was it the Monterey Bay Knives EWC everywhere carry. It's sort of like a ultra budget version of that. If they made this with nicer handle material, say carbon fibre or something, or I don't know, micarta, I'd have this in a heartbeat. But yeah, I really think they could just improve on this inlay a bit. Maybe make the inlay micarta or something. I don't know. But for £20, how can you complain? I might still buy one anyway, just for £20. You know, just for the fidget factor, because it's so good to just sit here and change it up. So yeah, there you go. That's the Yon Xanadu YX-622. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.